All right, guys, welcome back to the BlockHash Podcast, episode 254. Today we have the CEO and CMO for Kryptomon. Guys, welcome to the show. How you guys doing?
All good, all good. Happy to be here, and thank you very much for hosting us.
Doing great.
Absolutely.
Happy to be here.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure. Guys, tell me a bit more about yourselves. Maybe you can go one at a time. Tell me a bit more and tell the audience a bit more about your guys' background. How did you get into the space? How did you get into crypto, blockchain, Web3, NFTs, and to where you guys are now with Kryptomon?
Tomer, would you like to start? I see you on
Yeah,
the
I
left.
I thought about giving you the honors to start, but yeah, you want me to go first? Your story is more interesting than mine.
Go ahead.
Okay. So my name is Tomer Warshaw or Nuni. I'm CMO of Kryptomon. Got into crypto around 2016 for the first time. As a very speculative hold that I had back in the day. Heard about it from friends from the industry. I myself a digital marketeer for the last almost 20 years. Actually, I was one of the first investors in Kryptomon. I met Umberto and the team through a mutual friend of ours called Nimrod May. He's an advisor for the company. Fell in love with the project and the product, being myself an investor, a trader, and a Pokemon Go player, and generally a gamer. And that's it. They needed a CMO. I needed an adventure, and Umberto was kind enough to get me on board. That's it.
So
Umberto,
then,
go.
from my end, I'm Umberto. I'm the CEO and the founder of Kryptomon. Being into the crypto space since the 2011, when I bought the first Bitcoin at $3. Before people ask, no, I haven't become millionaire because I spent all those Bitcoin in weed. That was the reason why I joined. I discovered Bitcoin back in the days. But let's say that this actually allowed me to see, the entire crypto space evolving, because when I joined in 2011, there were no either any exchange. What we currently we say the crypto is still a niche. Well, back in the days was not even considering a niche. It was a niche of a niche of a niche. So in 2017, I've met CryptoKitties. So the first, let's say, NFT project, NFT gaming project, and that has a huge success. And I've been, let's say, flabbergasted, not actually from the project itself, from the gameplay, because there's no gameplay as a gamer, but more by the philosophical concept behind, the fact that you have a digital creature with its own unique DNA, and by the fact that it's connected with the NFT, it kind of make it real, some sort, it's kind of a real digital pet, so to say. So that is something that, flabbergasted me, stood me up. And then, yes, last year everybody was speaking about NFTs, and I went back to looking at CryptoKitties, what we were doing, and I saw that they were still like the same project or company or product that I saw 4 years ago. And then I asked myself, okay, what if we're gonna take CryptoKitties and we're gonna actually add real gaming mechanics, like Pokemon battle mechanics, together with the Tamagotchi caring mechanics. And that's it. The reason why I started Kryptomon is because I'm a gamer. I'm a very big Pokemon fan. And previous than Kryptomon, I've launched several other startups in the tech space, a fintech, e-commerce, not into the crypto space. And in the last 2 years, actually, I worked as a venture builder, creating new venture and new businesses from scratch for the biggest FMCG corporates in the world, such as Nestle, Heineken, Coca-Cola, and so on. But yeah, this is kind of us and a little bit why Kryptomon was born, in a long story short way.
Awesome. I'm a huge Pokemon fan as well, so I love seeing stuff like this. It is kind of a cross between Tamagotchi, Pokemon, and a few other things, CryptoKitties as well. Would love to understand a bit more about how it works and what the functionality looks like behind Kryptomon. Give me a bit more detail about what the project overall is, and then how it functions.
Yeah, well, that's quite easy. I mean, as of today, as I said, every Kryptomon is a creature. They have a 38 genes unique DNA. Every single parameter in the DNA doesn't only imply and modify the looks of those Kryptomon because they are procedurally generated, but they actually have an impact on the gameplay itself. For example, there is a parameter which is hungriness, which means that if you have very high there, you will need to feed your Kryptomon kind of like once every, I don't know, couple of hours. If you have a very low, you can feed him like once every 2-3 days. And at the end of the day, the combination of the Pokemon and Tamagotchi mechanics is kind of a perfect match, because it allows player to really need to take care of their Kryptomon. So what's his life now is Tamagotchi. So they have their Kryptomon, they can see their Kryptomon, and they can interact with them. So just drag in and drop food when they need, or train them, and so on. And by the end of this month, we will release the first battle mechanics, which is, of course, we will resemble a lot the Pokemon battle style, even though it's going to be more complicated. It's going to be more like a chess play, so you really need to, let's say, put your heads on it, because then by the end of the year, we will release finally the PvP, which is going to be for us the most interesting part, because at the end of the day, it's going to be like a Poker Stars tournament, so where player can participate in daily tournaments where they can, buy in their own ticket entry. All the prize pool, all the entry will create a prize pool, and the winner will get the prize pool. And will complete phase 1 of the Kryptomon company and the Kryptomon product, which means, validating and releasing the first batch of big mechanics, which everything is going to be in 2D. And by the end also the month, we're going to release the first mobile version of Android, while instead next year we will start swapping to the 3D world. And to give you a reference, take once of any latest Pokemon game. If you look at Pokemon Legend of Arceus, that can give you a kind of an idea of the games that we're building, which will have, of course, all the mechanics like in Pokemon, where you can go around, you can craft, you can have your own house and stuff like that, but well connected, of course, also with the fact that we're using NFTs and cryptocurrencies internally.
Is the 3D world aspect a metaverse type play? Because you're mentioning being able to walk around and interact and have like the full experience.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't call it a metaverse kind of play, because it's a normal 3D MMO RPG game. Everybody now speaks about metaverse like it's a new thing. But if you're a gamer, which I understood, I think you've played, online games since, I don't know, 10, 15 years. And I mean, play Minecraft online. Would you call Minecraft a metaverse? People wouldn't call him a metaverse. But if you look the gameplay, it's the exact 3D world expanded, where you have your own house, you meet with other people, you have a job and stuff. So yeah, that is going to be an 3D MMO RPG game.
How do you buy one, or how do you get a Kryptomon right now?
Well, to buy a Kryptomon, you can go to the marketplace. We have our own marketplace where you can find all the Kryptomon that are on sale, or even you can find the Kryptomon that you wish to buy, and you can make an offer, and trying to convince the actual owner to sell it over to you. You can also find it in some other marketplaces of our partners, but of course, as you can imagine, our has more details, because of course are more connected within the game. So every time we also do add a new game mechanics, it will be reflected also in our marketplace, so you have more interactions. But aside from that, aside from just go and directly buy one, there are other couple of ways, which is once is the monthly treasure hunt that we run. So the treasure hunt is like Pokemon Go kind of experience, where players through their smartphone, they can go around their town and they can hunt for Kryptomon eggs, like in Pokemon Go. We do this on a monthly basis every full moon. And the reason why we do this is there is entire reason from a lore perspective, and also from the fact that we want to keep giving out eggs to new players. And the last one, it will be through staking. So players can stake their KMON coin, earn candies, and those candies can be seen as a lottery ticket they can play on a weekly lottery, and they got lucky, they have a 10% chance of winning like a Kryptomon egg.
I would like to add that in addition to the marketplace, of course, we have our own marketplace on the decentralized on-chain, where you can buy the Kryptomons. But if you're a centralized trader and you're trading and buying on centralized exchanges, you can buy our eggs also on a crypto.com NFT marketplace and also on Binance NFT marketplace. Now, when you buy them there, you will get them at the first life stage of the Kryptomon. You will basically buy an egg. Now, when you buy an egg, you need to withdraw it to your wallet and then to claim your egg and hatch it in our game. So you can buy it on our marketplace, one of our partners' marketplace, where you can find all of them on our website. And of course, on centralized marketplaces on crypto.com and Binance.
How do you get involved in the treasure hunt? Do you need like an app or something, or how does that work?
Well, currently actually is a web app, so you just need your Chrome browser or Safari. At the end of the day, you need a smartphone, and every month is happening. So the best things to do is to join our Telegram group, because before every full moon we run a whitelisting campaign, allow any NFT holder to whitelist for the treasure hunt, and also receiving invites to share with other players. So if you want to participate in the treasure hunt, either you have bought an NFT or you get an invite code from another NFT owners. And this whitelisting campaign lasts for the week before, and then on the first day of the full moon, the treasure hunt open, and you have 3 days to go out and hunt.
Is there a breeding functionality built in as well, similar to what CryptoKitties used to do back in the day, where you can kind of like create unique versions of a Kryptomon?
Yeah, correct. There is every Kryptomon. Let's say every Kryptomon has a 5-stage, let's say, in their lifespan, from an egg to a baby to junior to adult and to old. As a baby, of course, they can't breed, but as soon as they become junior, and they can start breeding, and the amount of breed they can do is depend on for example, on their constitution and speed parameter. So as I said, all the different DNA is actually implies how much time, for example, they can breed, from 9 to 3 actually. And so yes, you need a male, you need a female. The way it works is that there are 2 ways. Either you can breed between yours, and then in that case, you only need to pay the breeding tax, which starts from $75, and it grows breed after breed. Or you can go again on the marketplace, and you can search for other Kryptomon which are listed up for breeding, and you can breed with them. But in that case, you don't need only to pay the breeding tax. You might need probably to pay also the actual owner of the female or the male that you are breeding with.
Okay. It feels like so long ago, but I remember with CryptoKitties, they were doing this functionality, and the original Genesis CryptoKitties usually were the most valuable or had the best traits. And then as they bred, they kind of went down in value. Is it very similar in that aspect, or is it made or to function so that when they breed, they have additional value, or they gain certain attributes and get more valuable over time? Have you guys thought about that process?
Actually not. I mean, at the end of the day, let's say that the value. So for us, the fact that seems weird for a crypto NFT game, what I'm gonna say, but it's actually what every crypto NFT game should say. For us, the fact they are NFT and leveraging the whole part of the NFT is not that crucial. So it's more interesting from the game point of view and mechanics. So actually, the thing is, you have 2 DNA, and then you can find what's the best way to obtain the best offspring, but from a gameplay perspective. Okay, so it doesn't mean that the breed between 2, it will be better than the first 2, or it could be worse, or it could be better. Of course, there are people right now in our community, which our community counts already like 300,000 people, and there are people that kind of did a lot of math, and they have like their own formulas to understand how they can breed, trying to get always a very good offspring outside of 2 parents. Regarding the generation, for us, at the end of the day, generation, of course, it gives there is some part of rarity on it, but at the end of the day, the real utility of the generation in our case is that very low generation have a very low mutation probability during breeding. So meaning that if I do breed like my Gen 10, which is super strong, and I'm gonna breeding with a Gen 0, for example, Gen 0 has no mutation. It means that the breed I'm going to do is really predictable. I can just do the math and see what I'm going to get out of it, But in the case I'm going to breed my very strong Gen 10 with even with a very strong Gen 20, it might turns out, due to the high mutation, because both have very high generation, it might turns out that the offspring is a very shittiest Kryptomon Earth, because mutation getting in place, and most of the time mutation is actually negative, it's not positive. So this is how generation implies, and inside of the gameplay.
Yeah, I feel like you can really geek out on the math. I'm definitely one of those people. Have you guys played the original Pokemon games?
Of course.
Yeah, like Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Red.
I started
Blue.
with Pokemon. I started with Pokemon Yellow, and I always said that Pokemon Yellow, it has been my Pokemon for me, and Pokemon Yellow has been my first big disappointment in life as a kid, because I was 8 years old kid when I was capable to finish the Pokédex with 150 Pokemon in Pokemon Yellow with no cheats. So if you are 30, you know what I mean. I mean, with the old-fashioned Game Boy that you need to do with the cable every time you went in holidays, find someone to change Pokemon and so on. I was capable to finish the Pokédex, and I remember that I was so excited. I was super happy, like 2 years of my life as a kid, spent on that fucking game. And then I went to Professor Oak, very proud, and say, okay, let's see, finally I accomplished, I fully completed the game. Let's see what's going to happen. And the only thing I got was a well done. So I was so pissed.
It was so dissatisfying. I understand. My favorite one was Emerald, because of the level of functionality that they threw into those Pokemon games was off the charts, including the migration methods, being able to get Pokemon across the world in different languages with different attributes. And then the breeding process was ridiculous. You could spend hours upon hours, analyzing the math to figure out how to breed 2 Pokemon and get something super ridiculously powerful. That aspect is so much fun. I think, especially if you're into that kind of functionality. I'm glad you guys have that in Kryptomon, because it just gives it that extra perk. It gives people a reason to really dive into the details.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Brendan, at the end of the day, we always ask to call us actually a gaming company and not a crypto project. The fact that we are using NFT and tokens and blockchain shouldn't define us as a crypto company. We are building a game, and we're using NFT and blockchain as a tech to enable new mechanics. But would you call, I don't know, a company that use Unity 3D to create whatever the video game, you will call them a 3D game, 3D company? No, you call them a gaming company that are using a tech stack to create their things. Or Facebook, which is using their own fork of PHP. You don't call Facebook a PHP company, you call them a social network company, a content media publishing company. And that's with us. I mean, we always been in the space. Since we started, we always had one thing in our head. We want to build a game. I wanted to build the Pokemon game that I was playing when I was a kid. The thing is, right now, when we were kids, I guess you can relate to this, you were really living the Pokemon world. I mean, I remember when I was playing and I was that small character going around, I was feeling that I was really him, and I was really connected with my Pokemon, really cared about them. But that did things for us, people like us, which are 25, 30, it's not there anymore. We grew up. We are searching, we are seeking for more complex mechanics, more complex storylines, and so on. And at the end of the day, also the entire the entire Pokemon world is just, of course, a game fake world that doesn't exist, doesn't have any impact in our daily life, But for us, using the NFT and the blockchain actually allows us to make it some sort of real, because now you have imagine that you are the only one in the world that have a Charizard, and your Charizard is unique, and then you can use the Charizard to participate in tournaments where you can win money, real money, And this is something that, of course, you can't do. It's not really easy to do inside of Pokemon, and also because it's centralized, you don't really own your own assets, and all that kind of stuff. So the ambition that we have with Kryptomon is we're not here to reinvent the wheel, so to say. There are Pokemon mechanics that have been worked for the last 30 years. Tamagotchi mechanic that have been worked for the last 30 years. Poker star mechanic have been worked for the last 10 years. Why we should create them new, why we should change them. Let's just take them and adapt them to the 2022, adapt them to our target population, which is people between 25, 35 years old and not 11 years old kids. And then adding the fact that we're using NFT and blockchain to make it real, to make it that it's actually you have a real value out of the gameplay that you play, so that you can start participating in tournament. And if you're good, you can win good money. But if you're bad, you can actually lose a lot of money. It's kind of a real game. Unfortunately, you can't have a Pikachu today in real life, but at least with this, we can simulate finally for real the Pokemon world and economy and society.
I love it. When are you guys looking to roll out and I think you mentioned it already, the battle functionality, and then also like tournaments and different kinds of contests and stuff where people can compete?
So the battle mechanics actually is under alpha testing right now with the so-called practice mode, and we're aiming to release it by the end of the month. So technically speaking, it should go live as a beta, but open to everyone by the next week, which is the practice mode. So players can, it's a free gameplay, so you can play and you can earn training tickets. You will not get any damage to your Kryptomon, that kind of stuff. While by the mid-end of July, we will release the single-player campaign. So finally, player will be capable to actually also live throughout and experience the Kryptomon story throughout different story challenges and earn KMON coin also if you are there, if they're good and complete, of course, the different chains and the different quests. I mean, at the end of the day, also Kryptomon is not that easy to make money out of it. It's not like Axie Infinity from a play to earn perspective. Mm-hmm. You really need to work your ass off, so to say. You really need to play the game. You really need to have a strategy. It's not like a game that you come in, you grind KMON, and you leave. You really need to play. You might need to invest some money also, and so on. And then the PvP, so the tournaments. We will start with the PvP with a simple battle of friends by the end of the summer. And we're aiming for having the first tournaments somewhere in November, end of December. And this is going to be to me, is what I'm waiting for the most. The Kryptomon tournaments with the poker stars kind of structure, I think is going to be awesome.
Yeah, if you're interested in maybe debuting one of those tournaments, we have some conferences we're putting on here in Colombia that are looking for gaming tournaments to be held that are also, kind of covering the Web3 and blockchain space. Might be interesting. I can put you in touch with them.
Absolutely. Tomer, I think, what do you think? I think it can be awesome for us.
100%. Let's get it done.
Cool. A couple more questions. One, on your incentivization model, you said it's really difficult. You want people to work for it, not be something that's easy where they can just make quick cash, but, really invest themselves into the game. Is it a play to earn model, or how does it work exactly?
Well, we call it a play and earn. Tomer, I will give you the incipit. Then, of course, also with your experience, you can expand. Since we started, we call ourselves play and earn. I think it's clear right now that how much we are focused on the game, on the gameplay. And it's funny how during the last year, if you look at the crypto market, whatever, and the crypto Web3, it looks like games doesn't have the duty or the jobs to make people have fun. In the last year, all the games should have made people make money, which doesn't make any sense. Games are meant to let people have great time, fun, enjoying challenges, emotional rewards. This is what games are. People since game existed, people spent hours, time, effort, energy to get fun out of it, not to get money. And the money part, it shouldn't be the main reason why people are playing video games. The money part, it should be the last reason of it. And so that's the reason why we call ourselves a play and earn game, because we want the player, first of all, to join the game for a gameplay perspective, because they really want to play. I mean, if there's no, let's say, earn part, I will still want people to be capable to enjoy the gameplay and play, and that's something that using the word to earn, play to earn, it means that actually players are playing for earning money, and it's not the reason why games exist. Game exists for another reason. And so our model, it works in this way. So our rewards, for example, are dynamics. So how does it work is that we have kind of a prize pool every week. I'll just make you an example with the Tamagotchi. Right now we have the so-called the Tamagotchi quest. So every week you get some quest chain of 10 quests, okay? Which are like keep your Kryptomon healthy, give your Kryptomon like his favorite food 5 times, something like that. Very simple quests. Sometimes are also quite harder. And if you complete those quests, you can get in-game items, like food or stuff that allows you to progress also during the quest chain. But we do pay out KMON coin only in quest 5 and in quest 10. Okay, so if you check quest 5, you get a small portion of KMON coin. If you get quest 10, you're gonna get a bigger portion. But how much is that amount of KMON coin? It depends. It depends on how much money we made, in the week before by selling food, loot boxes, secondary market fees, and so on. So we do revenue sharing. That's what we do. So our model works in this way. So at the end of the day, if tomorrow we're gonna make $1 million revenues in a week, okay, and we're just gonna have 10 players completing the quest, since let's say that we give out like 50% or we do a 50-50 revenue share, those 10 players will get 50K each, okay? But if the day after, the week after, we made also only like, or we made no money because something happened, people got, a bag, people got a free items and so on, then there's no money for anybody, because at the end of the day, it's a revenue sharing mechanics, and it's a sustainable mechanics, because in this way, our economy is not keep diluting itself, because the money that we give out are actually money that we got in. We are not keep minting or printing or generating money from thin air. But again, to get to quest 10, man, you really need to participate in all the treasure hunt, collect all the boxes, pile up your items, maybe buy some boxes when there are the discounts so you can use them later on. I mean, you really need to invest your time. Tomer, I don't know if you want to add, especially from a market perspective, how this works.
Yeah. So as Umberto said, the play to earn is basically you play to work, right? So you work to earn. You work in the game. You don't play the game. That's why we're saying play and earn, because that's what we're aiming to achieve. Now, play to earn basically is a Ponzi scheme. You cannot provide so much for so many once the game succeeds, right? So basically, you're creating an economy where just people will come out to the game to grind out tokens, and they will continue dumping them to the market all the time in order to play to earn, because they're coming to earn money. Imagine play to earn like a gold mine, where the company itself is the one selling the shovels, licenses to mine gold, and gear to go to the mine. Now, what happens when you run out of gold? That's basically play to earn. That's how it works. When you say play and earn, you basically manage the game like you manage a country. So you have a country. The more you have a country, and the more citizens you have in the country, the more taxes they pay, and the more services they consume. The more services and taxes that they pay back to the country, the more money the country gets to grow itself and to be able to pay more salaries to more people. That's basically how a play and earn mechanic works. So we're definitely planned Kryptomon to be a sustainable project that, of course, before thinking about anything else, we need to think also about what happens to our investors that are holding KMON. If we keep, if it's a play to earn company, basically we know that we're risking we're risking their funds because we're going to flood the market with KMON sooner than later. So that in mind, brought us all to design the play and earn mechanics we have today.
I agree. I think having a strong in-game economy is really important if you want to build a long-standing game that's going to last throughout the years and isn't just going to be popular for a little bit and then get dumped by everybody. Happens all the time in the space. I totally get it. Is KMON the official in-world currency, or do you have an in-world currency?
Yeah, correct. KMON is the official currency. Right now, we're using the KMON coin as both as a governance and a utility token. And everything you do inside of the game has to be paid in KMON. But going back to the fact, again, going back to the having a sustainable economy, for example, if you look at our the cost of a loot box, all the price that we have, from the tax of breeding, cost of loot boxes, everything is actually pegged to dollar. So it means that regardless the value of the KMON coin, you always gonna pay the same amount of dollar. So let's say a bronze loot box will always cost $1.50. A golden loot box was always costing $19.99. The breeding tax will always be $75, whatever the value of the KMON coin. Because in this way, first of all, it's easier for us to managing the economy because we peg to dollar. But second one is going to be more pressure also for players because they know exactly how much they're going to spend or how much they're going to earn, whatever the amount of KMON coin that whatever the volatility of the token itself. So again, at the end, everything we've done is if you play a video games, if you play even any mobile games, I mean, we haven't done anything new. I mean, all the games have an in-game currency. Every game, it could be the coin, gems, points, call it as you wish. They all work as an in-game currency. That you can use it to do something. Okay. The problem with normal gaming, and that's why we all believe that blockchain gaming is probably the biggest evolution of gaming since a lot of years, is that all those coins are worthless outside that game itself. If you have a FIFA point for your master, coach career, yeah, nice, beautiful, spend hours, have plenty of money there, blah, 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 or for your foot, whatever. What do you do with them if you stop playing? Nothing. You're just giving in your teeth. So what we have done is instead of using, fake in-game items and in-game coins, we are using a crypto token. But the entire economy model, how those things are working, is no new than any other games that have been built since the last 20 years. So again, at the end, we are building a game, and building a game is a science. I mean, there is practices, it takes time. There are best practice, things you should do, things you should not do. Different economy model already been validated through the ages, I will say. The innovation that we bring in the gaming industry is the fact that we are adding this layer, we are using this technology. But aside from that, is nothing new. So it's very more stable because all of the games are stable. All the game Candy Crush economy, even though you're not making money or dumping the tokens, whatever, he has a stable economy. Because otherwise, people wouldn't be incentivized to keep playing. And Candy Crush owner, which is now Activision, will not make all the billions of revenues that he made through Candy Crush. And the same works for Epic and Fortnite. They're making $1 billion a year with Fortnite. And there is Fortnite coins that you can use. You can buy the things and blah, blah, blah. And the economy is working. The economy is sustainable. The economy is stable. Because if it wasn't, Epic wouldn't make $1 billion a year out of it.
Absolutely. It makes sense the way you guys are taking it and the way you're structuring this. I think I'm absolutely certain this is going to be very, very successful for you guys. Very excited. I'm going to do it too. I want to get a Kryptomon now. I'm having nostalgia thinking about Pokemon already. And so I'm going to jump on that pretty soon. Anyways, let's throw in a couple CTAs while we're at it. Where can people go if they want to start learning about this and participating and getting a Kryptomon and being a part of it? Should they just go to the website? Do you have community?
Best place would be to join our community on Telegram. Of course, you start with our website, cryptomon.co. It's not .com, .co. That's the best place to start. And then from there, join one of our communities. We have some of the most warming, welcoming communities on earth from all projects. We have a huge community. We're managing communities in almost 20 languages. We have 18 communities. So,
wow.
Yeah, everybody can find themselves. Chinese, Italian, Dutch, German, English, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, whatever. We have it. So start with the website and then join to one of our communities. You can also join Discord, wherever you feel comfortable. Discord, Twitter preferred, Discord and Telegram preferred. Feel free to ask questions. Community will answer. Very welcoming, 24/7. Start there before you're jumping to decide which Kryptomon you want. And if you already know what you're looking for, you can just jump from our website straight to the marketplace and change the parameters and search for whatever you want in our marketplace. There are many for sale. Umberto?
What? Well, as a CMO, you're doing your job well, so I would say okay.
Good. I will keep my job. Then I get to keep my job. Another day.
What about you guys? Can people find you guys online?
Yeah, you can find especially both me and Tomer. You can find ourselves. We are very active on a daily basis on all the communities, especially on the Telegram International one. So if you jump in, you will find me or Tomer joking also and sharing. We are very, as Tomer said, we are very active, and because we decided instead of let's say building the entire game for 5 years and then just dropping things, we have decided to actually start dropping things since the beginning. Release a lot of mock-ups and sharing a lot of feedback and collecting a lot of feedback from the community, having a lot of co-creation process with them. And this means that indeed we are very active there. So you can find us there, or you can also find us on Twitter. You can find myself on Twitter as my handle is at Umberto Canessa. I don't know, Crypto Shimp. I don't know which, Tomer, what's yours?
It's Crypto Schmipto with the zeros instead
Crypto
of
Schmipto. I like that one.
Schmipto. But yeah, the best way, again, if you start from the website, as Tomer said, and then you can, it's kind of your portal to the entire Kryptomon world, and then it's up to you to decide where you want to go first. You want to go first to searching for our social media. If you want to go first in the Telegram, Discord, or straight to the marketplace. Be our guest. Feel free to go wherever you want to go.
Yeah, as Umberto said, we are there. Like, we are part of the community. Like, we're there. Just tag us, ask us. We're there. We're living this 24/7. It's not like we're a very distant place of the management, of the people that create, and we're there. We're part of the community. We're talking to them there 24/7.
That's awesome. That's so important too, to have the creators, people then involved in running the show, a part of the community and really engaging. So it's awesome to see. Now talking to the audience, go follow these guys. Go check out Kryptomon. Make sure to like the video and subscribe. There's more every single week for you guys. Tomer, Umberto, thank you so much for coming on. Fantastic episode. Stay on for just a second. Would love to chat with you guys about a couple things. Other than that, take care. Have a great week. And let's do it again in the future.
Sure. Thank you for having us.
Amazing.
Ciao, everybody.